What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Outlet Pass. Amar and I are back again. We're sorry it's been a couple of weeks since we posted a video, but we're back. Season 2 in full effect. Thank you guys for all the support again. Some of the clips of Lamar and I have gone viral. Like Lamar, the video where you were talking about Fred VanVleet and those guys?
Just Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam being old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Facebook, it has like 2K.
That's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just posted it because I'm like, might as well. Facebook, nobody really cares about Facebook, but
yeah,
it blew up on Facebook.
Guess people care on Facebook,
I have no idea. Yeah, nah, you got some backlash for that though.
Oh, listen. At the end of the day, I love my team, right? But I'm not afraid to make trades. Like that's just who I am. If I feel like a trade needs to be made, like there's some, like, in order for a trade to happen, some people need to leave. That's all I'm saying. And then these are the people that I would pick over certain people. Now, I'll say this one thing before we get into the thing, right? When I said Pascal Siakam couldn't get exponentially better, I was definitely wrong about that. Because Pascal Siakam at the beginning of the season said he wants to be a top 5 player. He said he wants to be a top 5 player. And while I don't think that, like, and I'm talking about, like, I think there's 5 players better than him, but as of right now in the 2022-23 NBA season, I can't name 5 people playing better than him right now.
He's almost right averaging a triple-double per game, which is insane.
Yeah. Insane. And he was 4th in the MVP race. So, yeah. So, my apologies to Pascal Siakam. Fred VanVleet, my stance has not changed. While I do like Fred VanVleet and what he offers, which, by the way, like, we get talk about this another time because we have a segment to get into. But, like, Fred VanVleet, I like Fred VanVleet. He's a great player, but we'll talk about him some other time.
Stay tuned for the Raptors episode.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we are here to talk about the nonsense about Kyrie Irving, the comments that's been made, his actions overall. We'll both give our thoughts. Lamar already knows how I feel about Kyrie Irving. Anybody who really knows me knows I do not like the guy, not as a player, but as a guy, based off of how he's acted. But Lamar, I want to open the floor to you, give your thoughts on the whole situation, and then I'll break into my soliloquy.
I mean, there's a lot of layers to this. I don't think that first off, I didn't even know he posted something anti-Semitic, so I can't. And then on top of that, I don't know the movie that he posted about, so I can't speak to that. But people do say that it is anti-Semitic, and, like, there's a lot of misinformation in what he posted, in terms of what he posted. So that's honestly all I can go by. The reason why it is upsetting is because, like, is mainly because of the platform that he has, right? Like, if you're posting, like he said, he's not promoting it, he just posted something, so whatever. But even if you posted that, then there's going to be people that look up to you that's gonna look that up, watch it, probably be like, oh wow, maybe Kyrie's right, because there's already people saying it's like, yo, free Kyrie's right. And I don't think he's right in this situation, if I'm being honest, right? And then on top of that, I just think with his whole Brooklyn Nets tenure, like, there's just a lot of things that he's done that personally I wouldn't agree with, right? But the other side to this is that I feel like he's getting all the blame, and there's other people, and, like, this speaks to a pretty huge issue, right? I'm not trying to first off, like, I'm not trying to say that he's not wrong, but, like, he's not the only person that should be questioned about this. Like, what about, like, people are talking about him posting about the movie, but what about the people that made the movie? Where's the backlash for them? Or Jeff Bezos, who allowed that movie to be on his platform, right? Like, I like, but this is about Kyrie, right? So I think as a person with the power that you have and the platform that you have to be smarter about what you post at the end of the day, right? You have to like it's like what you post, and everybody, should be mindful about what they post. It's social media, right? You have some sort of influence, but you're in the NBA. You're one of the biggest stars in the NBA, whether we like it or not, because like he's a baller. His skill, like you said, as a player, he's one of the best on the planet. We're not gonna argue with that. But with that kind of gift and that kind of skill is going to come a lot of influence and responsibility. So now you have kids that are looking up to you. So whatever you post, unfortunately, it matters more. Mm-hmm. So you just have to be mindful about not only what you post, but what you do, right, and what you say. Mm-hmm. So, Kyrie, I'm there are times when I do defend him, honestly, because sometimes I just think that people are just being ridiculous. Is like, but there are a lot of times when Kyrie just needs to you need to simmer back and think about this for a sec. So. That's all I'll say on this, honestly.
Okay. Couple of things. I'm going to be on the record here and be transparent and honest as possible. Lamar can vouch for me. Other people in my life can vouch for me. I have never liked Kyrie Irving from when he got drafted till now. Not because I don't think he's a great player. I've never not acknowledged his greatness on the court. But And personally, he made one of the best game-winning shots in NBA Finals history, if not the best one in NBA Finals history. So there's not a lot I can say about his game on the court. What I've always had a problem with Kyrie Irving, and I was saying this before he went on First Take and he was, rude to Max and all this other stuff, before he was, said that he believes the earth is flat and all this other stuff. Kyrie Irving is an egomaniac who literally thinks he's smarter than everybody else on the planet. And that's the thing for me is I don't care. Like, I'm not here to say to everybody, you should listen or you shouldn't listen. You should believe in this or you shouldn't believe in this. Believe in what you want to believe in. I'm not attacking his beliefs. I'm talking about the stuff he says and his actions. Kyrie Irving talks about wanting to be this martyr, talking about wants to be this inspirational person, this person who says a bunch of stuff, but he does a lot of stupid things that I just don't understand. And I've said it to Lamar. Lamar knows this. I have no problem. I will have an intellectual debate with Kyrie Irving. I will do the research. I will prepare. I will do the stuff. Why? Not because I think he's smarter than me or not, but because I genuinely want to hear his thoughts. And I want to hear him have a concise, well thought out argument. And you know what? If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But the man just says a bunch of outlandish, outrageous stuff. He's ruining things for the NBA. He's ruining things for his teammates. He's ruining things for his coaches, for the Nets organization. And I just think he's like a gigantic distraction that we don't need in the NBA right now. As a fan of the NBA, I don't want to hear about Kyrie Irving anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm just tired of it. I'm actually more interested in talking about the Lakers than about Kyrie Irving right now. And the Lakers are gosh awful. Right? That's why we haven't done an episode on him.
I mean, are you done?
No, say what you're saying.
Yeah. Just one thing that you are wrong about is he did not make a game-winning shot in the NBA Finals. It was a go-ahead shot, and it was a very pivotal shot, but it was not the game-winning shot because it wasn't the shot that won them the game. There was free throws that were made after for that team, so it was not a game-winning shot. So I'm gonna just say that's number one. I just went into my Stephen A. face right there. At the end of the day, it started in Boston. Maybe I think Cleveland got out of that at the perfect time because I think it's once he got to and you right, it's like you said, right, like ego maniac, and I think ego is the right word for it. And you can look at it like starting in Boston where it wasn't as bad as Brooklyn, but you just all of a sudden start to see a lot of turmoil, right? And then once it gets to Brooklyn, we're thinking it's okay, maybe this was just a Boston thing. Because me personally, I always say, it's one thing if it happens in one area, but like if you go to a different situation, then like let's see how this works. And if this turmoil follows you everywhere you go, then that's how we know that you're the problem. Right. So I was giving him the benefit of the doubt after Boston, but then once it started to follow into Brooklyn. And the one thing I don't like either, and this is the one thing that actually upsets me, is that people are trying to drag KD into this.
Yeah.
Right. And let me say this to Raptors fans as well. Right. I don't care if KD, and here's where the old and young thing comes into play. Right. I don't care if KD is 33. He's literally a top 5 player in the NBA right now, right? Mm-hmm. And from what I see from KD just wants to play basketball. That's it, right? It like we always talk about for some reason is like it was a mistake for him to leave Golden State. He can go wherever he wants, just like any other player in the NBA. And I think with KD doesn't want all this distraction. He doesn't want all the media attention. Which, if that's the case, he should not have went to New York. Like,
nope.
Like go to Dallas.
He shouldn't have teamed up with Kyrie. I get that him and Kyrie are best friends, but that's the thing is there are certain friendships that are great. There are certain friendships that are detrimental. And Kyrie Irving, as a person, I don't know if he's just not like Kyrie Irving is literally on the verge of being like Kanye West Part 2. And like that's how bad it's getting.
Yeah, and the thing, but the thing is, like back on KD is that like KD, like I said, he just wants to play ball. So for any Raptors fans that's saying we don't want him because he's going to bring the drama over here, KD is never. The only thing KD did in Brooklyn was ask for a trade. That's so like be honest with me, Malik. Like, what else has KD done in Brooklyn that has been detrimental to the Nets organization? And I'm talking about like him, like specifically. Like, what has he done?
Nothing like in particular other than obviously the trade thing during the summer. Yeah.
And like so like I just want to understand is like what drama is KD going to bring to your team? Because like with the Warriors situation, I don't think that was, I mean, maybe KD had some blame in it, but like that wasn't all him, right? Yeah. KD's not going anywhere and starting stuff, right? Yeah. He asked for a trade because he didn't like the situation that Brooklyn is a mess right now. So why would I want to stay here, right? So he asked for a trade, which a lot of stars have done for less reasoning, right? So listen, I will welcome KD to the Raptors because he's not bringing the drama that Kyrie brings to the organizations that he steps into. Right? KD
I don't think he's gonna come to the Raptors.
I don't think he's gonna come either, right? I hope he does because it's Kevin Durant, right? And if we keep Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam, dog, like I'm watching every single game. Like, what are you talking about, right? Like, but that's my point, right? Is that like we need to look at this situation as Kyrie is making the mess, right? Ben Simmons is one thing, but he's not the one causing the turmoil that's happening in Brooklyn right now.
Yeah.
Right. KD's not doing it. Cam Thomas has his own issue because they're just not playing him, but he's not causing turmoil. Right. This is all Kyrie's fault.
Yeah.
Right. And then on top of that, you can look at management and stuff like that. Right. So you can look at that, but like, let's not put the blame on anybody else just because they're part of the Brooklyn Nets. Right. Yeah. That's all I want to say.
Okay. Well, finally, the last thing I'll say is for everybody out there who is a Kyrie Irving fan, I don't care if y'all don't like me being critical of him. I'm not talking about his political talking points. I'm not saying that he's the worst person on the planet. I'm saying how he's acting is ruining basketball for the Nets, for the NBA. And he's putting people in uncomfortable situations because he feels the need to have this voice and this platform saying a bunch of stuff that he doesn't even necessarily know a lot about. Because if he did, he could easily substantiate and back up his arguments very effectively. I've watched multiple interviews of Kyrie Irving. He's not great at explaining himself. He's not. And that's fine. But we're not talking about him as a basketball player. Right, I don't know him personally. but how he's acting like he's a pseudo intellectual who knows better than everybody else.
And what makes this worse is that he's the vice president of the NBPA. That's what makes it worse. So it's not like he legit has power in the NBA, right? So I don't know how that's gonna work out, but we'll see.
I mean, he got suspended, so
whatever. Everybody gets suspended. I'm not. But it's whatever. Honestly, are we done with Kyrie? Because I don't want to talk about Kyrie anymore. Honestly.
Yeah. Anyways, everybody, that's the end of the episode. Next episode, you'll see a different conversation. I know this topic was a little bit heavy, but we have to talk about certain things when it comes to stuff when it happens. So feel free to make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. Leave a like. If you agree with Lamar, let Lamar know. Follow him on IG. Comment on under his video.
Yeah, because you disagree with me about everything, apparently. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, everybody, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.